In the last few days, I've been creating some videos and specifically on chakras and cosmic healing and quantum manifestation. And in the process, many people are also asking few questions. A very interesting question that came today, which is about relationship. How are chakra energy impacting our relationships? What are the practices that can help? Which chakras which can help overcoming the challenges of relationship? So let's first understand about relationships, and then we'll get into the chakra energies, how they impact relationships. Hello, my name is Sandip Dash, and I have been taking people through a journey of transformation through a modality known as cosmic healing and quantum manifestation. This is based on the ancient wisdom of the energy field, the energy centers known as chakras, and hundreds and thousands of people are getting benefited through this process. Today, the question which has come is about relationship, how we improve our relationship. Before we even go to relationship, we need to understand something. What is relationship? When we look at relationship, in a way, it's dynamics of emotions. So when we see somebody, a natural emotion that flows within us, and emotions are very, very important factor of relationship. We all appreciate that, understand that. Now, when we talk about emotions, a specific energy is very significant. And this energy is the Swadhisthana energy, the energy of the water element which flows through a chakra at the lower abdominal level known as the Swadhisthana Chakra. And this governs to a large extent our emotions. Now, when I say emotions and they have something to do with water element, with flows, this reminds me of a very interesting book. It says that emotions are actually the conduit or is a connect between a body and mind. And the name of the book is very interesting, Molecules of Emotion, and the name of the author is Dr. Candace Pert. And she is one of the candidates, in fact she was one of the candidates for Nobel Prize for her work in the opiate receptor, a receptor which actually it gets or it connects with a chemical known as endorphin, a happy chemical that's called. So she talks about those chemicals which flow, they give us a sense of emotion. And the flow aspect, which is governed by our Swadhisthana, also is very significant to govern and to harmonize our emotion. Now, as I mentioned, relationships are dynamics of emotion. So when these dynamics are not in harmony, for example, when we interact with someone, natural emotion that starts flowing. If you think of your husband or wife, kind of emotion, your boss, another instant emotional flow would happen. You talk to somebody who is someone who you don't like, your emotion will be different. Or you talk to someone whom you really respect, your emotion will be different. Instantaneously, this change happens. Now, the same also happens with the other individual, not just when you interact, even when you just think about that individual. So this already pre-programmed emotion, if you do not change, very difficult to change the relationship. So that's why we say relationship is also largely dependent on this energy center known as the Swadhisthana Chakra. So when we do work on healing relationships, Swadhisthana plays a very significant role in that. Now, we also need one more very important aspect of life. It is the unconditional acceptance of some people. You would find that in spite of your child is not obeying you or giving you a lot of trouble in life, but still you have a very strong bond with the child. Look at the young mothers, those who have just maybe they're having infants. How difficult is the life? They can't sleep in the night. The child is crying, or so many other things they have to do because of the child. They can't even get proper rest, can't have food at time. But in spite of all those pain and difficulties, there's so much of love, so much of connect. The relationship is so deep. And this aspect of unconditional flow of love is an important ingredient of relationship. Whether it is your husband or wife, whether parents and children or friends, sometimes we have to accommodate. We have to unconditionally accept their behavior. Now, this aspect, if it is not in harmony, then we would have challenges with relationship. And this specific aspect that I mentioned is connected to one energy center which is known as the Anahata Chakra, the heart chakra. If this chakra is again not in harmony, then we would have challenges with relationships. And let's look at the third aspect of relationship. It's well known. Usually we say this is the one which is important for relationship. It's communication. And for communication, our throat chakra, also known as the Vishuddhi Chakra, which is the element of Akasha Tattva which governs it. This is about connecting two information fields. A technical term it may sound. Information fields, when two information fields are connected, that's what we say communication. You know, the two computers communicating with the information being exchanged. Similarly, when we say conscious human beings communicate, the information is exchanged through this chakra known as the Vishuddhi Chakra. And this not just about your physical communication or verbal communication, it also about your vibration with regard to certain information. So this chakra again plays a significant role in connecting and harmonizing our relationships. Now, all these I think we can appreciate immediately that how relationships are important. And one more aspect which again is related to our Anahata Chakra is about empathy. Understanding the perspective of other individual. Empathy, in fact, emotional intelligence is one concept very popularized, or it was popularized by Daniel Goleman by the same name, the book of and the same name, Emotional Intelligence. And later on, he categorizes them wonderfully well, saying that self-awareness, a very important aspect of emotional intelligence, others awareness or social awareness, knowing others, which is also a significant part of it, is empathy, understanding others. And then he also talks about managing self, managing others. So knowing self and managing self, knowing others and managing others. These are four pillars where also the emotional, these are known as the emotional intelligence aspects of our self. And these four aspects, they also determine the quality of relationship that we have with others. So knowing yourself, managing yourself, knowing others, managing others. Now coming back to why I mentioned this, the aspect of empathy, knowing others and managing others, also largely dependent on the Anahata Chakra, the empathy aspect. So when we say managing relationship, it is about the Swadhisthana Chakra, Anahata Chakra and Vishuddhi Chakra. Many of our past tendencies which are gathered in these chakras can also lead to some imbalances and patterns of imbalances in relationships. We have seen many people who are having repeated problems in relationship, repeated breakups, repeated challenges with children, with parents, with friends. They go for some distance and then there are dissonances. So these are conditions of patterns, maybe the samskaras that they have gathered through the karma, through their sukshma sharira, through those imprints, samskaras. Now for healing them again, CHQM or cosmic healing and quantum manifestation, where we also take people through a process called karmic healing, a space or a modality with awareness. We flow through the timeline and we heal relationships wonderfully well. Now I mentioned about relationship, but also I would like to bring in some categorization of relationships where we suffer. One category is loving relationships. In our loving relationships, we also suffer. At home, we are fighting so much with our children, with our parents, with our husband, with our wife. This goes on. And for that, as I mentioned, the Swadhisthana Chakra, Anahata Chakra, Vishuddhi Chakra, there are imbalances which are causing this. There are other categories of relationship where we suffer. Something known as hateful relationship. Some relationship where we hate the other person. Some abusive boss. Sometimes with in-laws it happens. Even sometimes we would see the challenges happening with a neighbor. We can't just stand that person. Some occasion we'll find some colleague in the office. So much of dissonance. We just want that person to go away from our life. This is what we say hateful relationship. Again, here we need to see some of the other energy fields which have dominance. Like the lack of confidence sometimes attract this kind of hateful relationship, some kind of abusive people to your life. The lack of security, which is the Muladhara Chakra, can attract such kind of people in your life. The energy inside would typically create that kind of inner vibration to attract such people. The lack of energy in the Manipura chakra also can attract people who are terrible. And Manipura is about your courage, confidence, or lack of confidence, lack of self-esteem. So again, a lot to do with hateful relationship. So we discussed about loving relationship, hateful relationship, where chakras are important. They play important roles there. Another category of relationship, I would not say a relationship per se, but that can lead to a lot of challenge in life. We say this is lost relationship. That means you loved somebody so much, but that person is no more, not alive, passed away. That loss of relationship can cause havoc in our life, trauma, grief, which can be lingering one, and sometimes breakup. And sometimes in certain occasions we see in the later part of our life, children are away. They're at distant place and so busy in their own life, in their own job, in their own space, they don't even have time to interact, not even to give a call. There also the parents, they feel that lack of the relationship, lack of love, lost relationship, a pain and suffering from lost relationship. Again, here in this case, a lot to do with, to overcome this, we need to work on our Anahata Chakra to let go. The Anahata Chakra, which is the energy of Vayu, helps us to let go of things which we cannot handle, accept things, and to grow further, and also to grow in the space of spirituality with deeper connect with the higher consciousness. So in essence, when we look at relationship healing through this modality of CHQM, we work with certain chakras and then we can let go of those challenges of life. I trust this explanation satisfies you on relationship, how we can work, which are the chakras. And certainly if you're loving this kind of contents, videos, do subscribe to the channel and just check out in the description about the further courses which are there available for free on CHQM, and you can definitely register and join our courses and go further on this journey. Look forward to see you again in another video on another subject, on another question. Have a great time. God bless.